the Cowboys, with the shift from McCarthy calling plays, from Kellen Moore calling plays, they had to find an identity. I think the only bad loss they've really had all year was the Cardinals, right? They
bad
lost.
What about San Francisco?
That San Francisco is much better than the Cowboys, and so I felt like that was going to be a loss.
Blowout.
So, well, sometimes they get ugly, Stephen A. But at the end of the day, the only bad loss they've had, they weren't as good as the Eagles. The Eagles won. They weren't as good as the 49ers. The 49ers won. You look at the Cardinals game, they gave that one away. But as you look at this football team, they are getting better, and they're finding an identity. Dak Prescott has now become the guy again. You know, they talked about all, preseason, they're going to be a run first. Mike McCarthy going to be a physical team. Well, they had a chance to go get Derrick Henry. They decided not to. They stick with Pollard and the backs they had already there. And they can't create their own blockers. And Dallas's offensive line has not done as good a job run blocking as they've had in the past. They haven't done as good, really, honestly, pass blocking either. But they are finding a way. But Dak Prescott has played excellent football. He has played the best football from the quarterback position in the NFC, if you look at all of it together. Now, can his opponents be questioned? Absolutely. But if you look at what he's doing and putting the team on his back, including the Eagles game, that's how momentum is built in the NFL. And you see them. You understand what Dan Quinn and that defense is going to be capable of doing, which is keep them in just about any game the rest of this way. And so as I'm looking at this team, they are building momentum, even though they've had 3 bye weeks. 2 of the 3 they've won. So it's impressive bye weeks. We'll take that dub when we can get them.
All I know is the Eagles have lost 1 game. They just went on the road on a Monday night game and beat the defending Super Bowl champs in their building. I want you to tell me the team that the Cowboys beat with a winning record.
No, I agree. I
no, but you take your time. You have to.
I agree.
That whole soliloquy.
This is the whole thing for you, though, man. They can't put the schedule together, but they just play who's on the schedule.
I'll tell you what. The 49ers got a winning record. Did they play them?
Okay. Yes, they lost to the. Do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think the Cowboys are as good as the 49ers?
Whoa.
No. Your question was
trying to control the question.
You're trying to change the narrative. He said, "Are they gaining momentum?" The 49ers are better than the Cowboys, and the Eagles are better than the Cowboys.
You just told me that the
they
Cowboys
are building momentum.
Stephen A. He told me the Cowboys could only play who's on their schedule.
That's right.
So I said, who did they beat with a winning record? They can only play. So I just named the team. I said the 49ers. They got a winning record. Did they play the Cowboys? Yes. What about the Eagles?
Yes.
They got okay.
Yes.
So they can.
They're 2.
Okay. Look. I mean, if you want to say
they just hate, man.
You want to say they gaining momentum, they beat the Panthers.
You're trying to get on Jerry's helicopter, too.
No.
You and Stevie, I'm both trying to get on Jerry's helicopter.
Stephen A. still get the Christmas ornaments. I don't get the Christmas ornaments anymore. I used to get the Christmas ornaments, but I don't get them anymore. They beat the Giants twice. They beat the Jets.
Yeah.
They beat the Panthers. Really Saturday?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Ridiculous.
They get.
You know you're ridiculous, man.
They get better, bro.
You're just trying. Just because you can articulate your position with the best of them, don't make you right. Stop it.
Right.
That is ultimate. That is utterly ridiculous what you've been saying. I mean, ridiculous. Okay, Dallas, lowest strength of victory as the 7 opponents they've beaten have a collective win percentage of 29.2%. 21-51. That's the record of the 7 opponents that they went up against. Okay,
bro,
are you kidding me? 4 fast place teams. Stop it.
It's
4
not like they're scoring
last place
17
teams.
points. They're
4 last
40.
place teams. The Giants, the Chargers, New England, the Carolina. I mean, damn. The schedule. Who the hell are the schedule makers at the NFL? Just give them Christmas gifts early in the season. Just stop it, man.
They thought Dabo was gonna have the Giants better than that.
Here's what I love too. Here's what I love, because I love stats like this, right? See, what happens is, Dak been in the 1st or 2nd place in 7 of his 8 seasons in Dallas. Right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you know that, right? Dallas, they got more double-digit win seasons, 10, and more division titles, 8, than playoff wins. You see, I bring this up because here's the deal. Y'all are sitting there, I think Dak has really found himself. I think it's the same old stuff with y'all. It's the same old stuff with y'all. But you know why? And I figured this out. Because Dak is a likable dude, man. When he go into the press conference, I mean, he's class personified, good-looking dude, articulate, runs the team, represents America's team the way he never says the wrong thing. Never says the wrong thing. Never controversial or anything like that.
Is he a baller?
No. He can ball from September through December. He's absolutely. I'm just talking about when you say he's found his way. What has he found? This is what he does every year. He always produces. He always produces this time of year. What's he going to do in January?
Listen to me. The Dallas Cowboys are the 3rd or 4th best team in the NFC. In the NFC. You're asking me if they're creating momentum.
What about the division?
Building momentum.
Where do you recommend the division?
They're 2 behind the Eagles.
Did you not say?
You
Dak
just said,
Prescott
are they
is found-
building momentum?
That's why he's laughing, because you're not telling the truth.
No.
Because you just been saying,
Mommy,
I think Dak Prescott's
Are
really
they
found his
building
way.
momentum?
Are they
where
building
was
momentum?
he?
They
Where
built
was he?
momentum.
Where was he?
They
He's in
just-
the
they
same
just
place
hung
he's always
40
in during the
and 30. They
regular
scored
season.
70 points in 2 weeks.
Dak Prescott and the Cowboys are in second place in the NFC East. Ain't that where they've been living for the last several years?
Yes.
All right,
They have.
so what do you mean he found his way?
I
Found
didn't
what?
say he found his way. I said they are building momentum.
Yeah.
That's what the
He
question
said
was.
they're 3rd or 4th in the NFC.
in the NFC.
How you go?
Give me your NFC rankings before we get to Steven's.
I would go Eagles, 49ers, Lions, Cowboys.
Well, damn.
That's where I would go. And honestly, they may beat the Lions head to head. I'm just telling you right now.
They got the 4th best team in the NFL.
They got momentum.
They got a 4th best team in the
Listen to me.
NFC.
I told everybody, if they went and got Derrick Henry at the trade deadline,
But they didn't.
I would have put them either 1 or 2. They need a back who can go without a blocker. If they had that, they would be a completely different team. When they went with this transition to a small back and playing basically small ball, and you and I both know this, if they had went out and got that dude, it would have totally changed. Because their defense is good enough. Their defense is Super Bowl caliber.
Stephen A.
Their defense is Super Bowl caliber.
Stephen A., you know this? If I had Elon Musk money,
Oh my God!
I'd be the
Here
world's
we go.
richest man in the
I knew we were gonna go aunt and uncle. I knew. As soon as I said it, I knew right where you were going.
Hey, Molly, if you got on your read sheet, is the Eagles building momentum?
No, it's just the Cowboys. The Cowboys building.
This is like the questions they ask me. Hey, are the Eagles? What's the Eagles' fatal flaw? Eagles ain't got no fatal flaw. They lost one game.
I'm just trying to figure out how we acting like there's something
They
different
scored
in Dak
70
Prescott.
points in
We
2
seeing
weeks.
the
You
same
beat the
thing we've been
crap.
I
seeing
don't
from
care who
Dak
you beat.
Prescott.
That's a lot point.
The same thing we've been seeing from Dak Prescott. They're good enough, he's talented, and they're good enough to be in second place and to tease you into believing they got a chance.
I ain't even.
Yeah! You know what time it is? It's time for the A-list. Week 11 in the NFL season is over. The top 5 teams in the NFL according to moi. Keep in mind, the list is fluid. The list is fluid. As always, we gonna go to top 5 of the list, please. Give it to me right now. Bam! The Detroit Lions. Why? I'm talking about the second best record in the NFC. I'm talking about Jared Goff and these boys and what they've been doing. I'm talking about a defense with Hutchinson and these cats is handling their business. The Lions just keep on winning now. I know they had a couple of rough patches through the season, but they're the number 2 seed in the NFC. Let's give them love where love is due. I'm switching the list. I had a typo. Originally, I had this team listed as number 3. I meant to turn it in as number 4. Give it to me right now, please. Bam! It wasn't supposed to be the Ravens. But I'm going to stay with them right now for this second. The Ravens, obviously in first place in the AFC North. Lamar Jackson leading the troops and what have you. I know they just lost. Mark Andrews, a big-time loss. But it doesn't negate the fact of where they are right at this particular moment in time. They are not top 2, though. Give me number 3 on the list, please, right here. Bam! Right here, right now. Give it to me. This is what I wanted to say, guys. They couldn't change the graphic. I meant to put the Chiefs at number 4, Ravens at number 3. But let's talk about the Chiefs for a second. They don't drop a damn touchdown pass. Valdez-Scantling with the ball in your damn hands. Excuse me, you win this game last night. The defense for Kansas City is real. Patrick Mahomes is real. You got to triple team Travis Kelce in order to stop him, even though that punch by Robbie forced the turnover in the red zone. That's an aberration. It's not something to rely upon. I got the Chiefs at number 4, the Ravens at number 3, okay? Just so y'all know, even though you're reading it differently. Number 2 on the list, please give it to me. There's nothing to talk about here. There's nothing to talk about here. Trent Williams is back. Debo Samuels is back. George Kittle's is there. Christian McCaffrey's back. Kyle Shanahan still calling plays. And Brock Purdy looks for the world, okay? And this, oh, by the way, I love the fact that Bosa, Young, and the crew, that defense, Warner, let's not forget him. San Francisco is back, alive, and ready to go. They just ain't number 1, no. It's going to have to be this team. It's going to have to be the Philadelphia Eagles. The best record in football goes into Kansas City last night, even though a dropped, surefire touchdown pass by Valdez-Scantling secured the victory. In the end, the Eagles hung on. You got hurt. Devontae Smith stepped up when A.J. Brown was held to 8 yards on 1 reception. The defense, we saw them getting pressure on Patrick Mahomes, unlike what they did in the Super Bowl. So here's the list. It's the Eagles. It's the 49ers. It's the Ravens, Chiefs, Lions. Cowboys on the outside looking in.
Okay. So here's the deal. Remember when I was out sick and you hosted?
Yes.
and you did a tremendous job, as you always do. You made rules. I saw them on Instagram.
Right.
You made rules when you were in control and you were running the show.
Sure.
Mama's back.
Okay.
And the rules are you cannot switch the list. The list is the list.
Hold on. I will say this. I incorporated those rules before the show began. You didn't do that. So next week that rule applies. Not now.
Who's in charge, America? Clearly not me.
You know he's going to find a loophole.
All right, before we
politician.
react to it, though, guys, we have the QR code.
Approve
Scan
this
that. We
message.
want to hear from you. We want you to grade as well.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do this.
List is updated on the topic while we go.
I mean, you know what? It's a really nice list. I got a lot of these teams on the list also. I'm going to give it a C-.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Hey, it's ridiculous, Shannon.
I went at number 5, I went the Cowboys. At number 4, I went the Lions. At number 3, I put the Ravens because the Ravens did a demolition job on the Lions. At 2, I got the 49ers. And at 1, I also got the
So you don't even have the Chiefs in your top 5?
No. After what I've seen them over the last 3 weeks, no way. No way.
Go ahead.
All right, so I have Eagles, Niners. But here's my question to both of y'all. We'll have this in a second. But y'all both just told me the Niners were better than the Eagles, but somehow you got the Eagles above the 49ers.
No, that's what we said. That's what we said. We said when it's all said and done.
Okay.
Oh.
So don't do that. So that whipping at the 49ers and putting on people.
It's fluid.
Okay,
It's week 11. It's fluid.
Because we bumped them all the way out. I got Detroit as 3. I got the Ravens at 4, and I had the Chiefs at 5. And I would say this: when I look at this right here, I would tell you this: the Detroit Lions. I know they got boat raced by the Ravens, but as everybody is getting better and they're getting better, them finding a way to win down to the Bears, which they had no business, but them coming back and finding it with Jared Goff, making those plays. You and I both know sometimes
against Chicago.
Winning. Hey, listen, but sometimes winning ugly is the feather you got to put in your cap to realize, hey, man, we can come back from ugly games. Listen, the greatest thing the Eagles said about last night was it was an average game for them, and they still beat the Chiefs, right?
Hold on.
You got to find ways. That's the difference with the Lions. The Lions got to learn how to win.
Yes.
You and I both, and they found a way. I didn't think they had a chance to beat the Bears, especially the way they played. But they come back. Goff gave the ball away, four times? You shouldn't win those games. But them finding a way, I'm just telling you, that builds confidence.
So you're keeping the Chiefs in your top 5?
I did. I put them at 5.
Hold on.
I put them at 5.
This man just spent 10 minutes
talking
about the Cowboys gaining momentum.
Yeah.
They gaining momentum.
They sick.
Hold on.
They sick.
We only got 5 spots.
Yeah. They only 6.
Remember, they didn't get Derrick Henry. If they got Derrick Henry,
Henry, they'd be 2.
Listen.
Dak Prescott is playing the best quarterback in the NFC.
Oh, yeah.
They got the best, one of
That's
the best
true.
defenses with Michael Parsons.
Right.
They move it
All I'm
up.
gonna
They're
say
at
is this.
6.
All I'm gonna say is this.
They're 6.
Hey, I'll take a grade from you. You're not even qualified to grade my list this week because you inconsistent all over the place. This is not your brightest day. This is not your brightest day, Jeff Saturday.
The Cowboys are one of the top 5 teams. I told y'all they were 4 in the NFC. You got 1, 2, 3 in the NFC. They're 4. They got to be number 6. That's completely consistent. I help y'all with math when the show's
got-
done.
Okay, so what's your grade?
Jeez.
So wait,
C
C
minus.
minus?
C minus.
Both you did C
Yeah, C
minus?
minus.
Yeah.
Come on now.
C-minus.
Come on now. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Are we
That's
ready with
ridiculous.
America's vote?
It's
I bet that's where it is.
Okay,
It's gonna be right.
America's vote. They're still waiting. We're gathering all. We're tallying the votes.
tally the numbers.
America's voting. system.
I'm just saying, it's the bias. It's bias. But by the way, for you, I have no problem with your rules. You just have to implement them beforehand. You cannot
They're
just add.
my rules.
So what did you had the
don't get to
Chiefs. You had the
tell me.
Chiefs and the
You
Ravens.
don't
can't
get
wait to implement
You
them.
don't get to tell me
these
when
flipped.
I can
got
make
3 in
my
there.
rules.
Ravens 3, Chiefs 4.
Gosh, such a boss hog.
All I'm trying to say
always.
that I implemented the rules before the show started. You can't just add it after we do it.
Okay.